Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com. And, well, the Bychkov Mahler cycle with the Czech Philharmonic has finally come to its conclusion. And rather than issuing the performances on individual CDs, PentaTone threw them out in a box, 6 through 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 came separately, and 6, 7, 8, 9 are just clumped together here. Now, you can get them separately as downloads. I don't know about individual CDs now. This has been out, I guess, for about a month. I've been taking my time getting through it. But the downloads are an issue, too, because the 7th, I'm telling you right now, don't download the 7th, because what you get is bits of the 6th. It's a complete mess. I don't know what to do about it, but you don't get the 7th, and you'll pay for it. So there's no sense to doing that. Anyway, let's talk about where we were and where we're going. So if you recall, in our last episodes, we've covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 was excellent. 2 was almost excellent, but not quite. 3 was a bore. 4 was very good. 5 was a bore. And that's where we are. So now let's pick up where we left off. 6. Well, these performances suffer from what I would call a lack of commitment. It's not that the playing isn't good. The playing is usually very good. The orchestra sounds like the Czech Phil, which is nice. I mean, it has a distinctive quality, not as distinctive as it used to be, of course. And we do have competition with the same orchestra under Václav Neumann, whose 6th was famous for using little metallic plinks for the hammer blows. Well, here the hammer blows are very good, by the way. But it's Bychkov. There's just a certain lack of fire, a kind of caution, a willingness to slow the music down at every climax to try and make a rhetorical point where the music would be better off if you just kept going and just got louder and been more exciting rather than less. It afflicts the 6th at certain moments. The coda, the end of the first movement, the opening of the scherzo. Part of it's the sonics, by the way. They're a little bit dull on top, and you don't hear the lower strings. The opening of the scherzo should be like boom, chomp with the basses, right? And here you just hear timpani going bum, bum, bum. You don't hear lower strings at all, which is really odd. The pacing is very good. The finale goes really well. He gets the tinkly cowbells and stuff pretty well, although it's missing some tam-tams. Oh, for heaven's sake. That one moment after the first hammer blow where you've got this big climax and it's going da-da-da, da-da-da, da-dum-ba-da, da-dum, 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 da-bum, bum, crash. It's a freaking tam-tam solo. There's nothing there, nothing. It just goes thump with the bass drum. No! That's wrong. But that's not going to make or break the performance. It's just one of these little things where he just seems not to be truly inside the music's particular sound world. They kind of get to you. And the same thing is true of the 7th. Now, the 7th is a much better performance than Neumann's was with this orchestra. Neumann, something went wrong with his brain in that performance, especially in the second Nachtmusik, which went on for like 18 minutes or something. It was horrible. Here, everything is in proportion. The playing is really, really good. The alarming sounds that Mahler makes come through pretty effectively. I like the fact that he doesn't rush the first or second Nachtmusiken. He lets them have their natural flow. But the scherzo, it could be more grotesque. The accents could be punchier. And the finale just is cautious. It's well played, but cautious. There's no unbuttoned, it's crazy music. And it's deliberately commonplace in many areas. When that happens, you have to just let go. I mean, let it just, the very end, crash. Why doesn't he speed up? more? Why doesn't he give the music that sort of breaking loose, galloping quality? He just doesn't do it. He's not being deliberately slow. It's just not contrasty enough. So, Now, the eighth is pretty terrific for the most part. I would prefer a faster tempo in part 2. It goes to about 61 minutes. I think it should be in the 50s somewhere, because you've got, all of those solos, that endless string of solos, the 3 interminable women and the Pater Profundus is, he could have sped that stuff up. Again, it's a question of contrast. It really is. Each solo has to have its own character and personality. The singing is really pretty good. Let's see who the soloists are here. Christian Karg, Katerina Knizhnishkova, Miriam Kotrovats, Chen Reese, Sarah Wegener. Well, those are all the sopranos of the whole thing. But let's see who's actually in the 8th. Wait a minute. They list them all in a clump for all the symphonies, including 2 and 3 and 4. So wait a minute. Because we've got a few comments to make there. Oh, here we go. Symphony number 8. Okay, so we've got Sarah Wagner, Katerina Knizhnishkova, Miriam Kotrovats, Stephanie Iriani, mezzo, Jennifer Johnston, David Butt Phillip is the tenor. He tries. His voice is too small for Dr. Marianos, but he has a nice tone. His Bleak et Alf is lovely. His first, Höchst in der Welt. You think he's going to die. But he's trying. He's given 100%. Adam Placheka is the baritone, and David Steffens is the bass. Their arias are just taken a little bit too slowly. But the chorus sound is great. The Rudolphinum, which is like an aircraft hangar, is exactly the room you want to hear him from Mahler's 8th. It's big, and it's the ending where Bychkov really slows down in the first movement and finale. Oh, they're grand. Unbelievably grand and exciting. The choral singing is good. The children's choir could be more prominent, but on the whole, it's a really good 8th. It really is. The 9th, a letdown. What a pity. First of all, the first movement climax goes for nothing. Nothing! Again, it just has that sense of Bychkov not willing to let go and to coax the orchestra to really, really go crazy. He just doesn't do it. And you have to. In the first movement of the 9th, I mean, come on. The second movement is nicely done. It could be more vulgar in the fast waltz. The rondo burlesca, the tempo is good. I'd like him to speed up more at the end. And the adagio, the final adagio is 28 minutes long. You can stretch it out to that length, but the playing has to be just incandescent. And it's not. It's just not. It's too slow. With the expressive intensity that Bychkov manages to evoke. So that's it. It's a hit or miss Mahler cycle. Is that a surprise? Really? Is that a surprise? Get the first. You may want to try the second or the fourth. Maybe the 7th. The 8th is worth hearing. The rest of them, who cares? I mean, it's just totally unnecessary. And I wish it were otherwise because I love this orchestra. And I really want to hear them under a dynamic conductor giving Mahler their all. Remember, they premiered the 7th. It's their thing. And they play it very well here, but it's Bychkov. He's just not that exciting. And there's nothing we can do about that. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.